אני מפחדת מלחמה מאחר שהיא גורמת לאובדנים.
So you're afraid of war, is that true?
כן.
I invite you to hear these questions as though they were directed to you. You're afraid of war. Can you absolutely know that that's true?
כן.
Your answer came so quickly.
Because it came from my being. אני כבר עברתי מלחמות כאן בארץ. יש כל הזמן איום על מלחמה חדשה. ואני מפחדת.
Well, I hear that. Can you absolutely know you're afraid of war? Is there a war happening here right now?
לא.
You hear bombs going off anywhere?
לא. עכשיו לא.
And if a bomb happened, how do you know you would be afraid?
אני כבר פחדתי במלחמות.
Yes, and how do you know you're still afraid? There's not one happening right now. Can you understand how the mind has a plan? You're planning to fear war that isn't even going on.
Yes.
Get it?
I can see it. אני יכולה לראות שאני מתכננת להיות מפוחדת בזמן מלחמה. יש לי תוכנית מדויקת. שהיא אומנם על סמך העבר, כמה שקרה לי במלחמה קודמת.
That was then, but that wasn't enough for you. You're going to plan it for the future.
Okay.
Enough fear in the world. For all you know, bombs could go off and you might think, how interesting that I'm not afraid. I'm not saying that that would happen. You have a plan.
Okay.
And who knows? And if a bomb did go off just outside the building, you would be afraid. Can you absolutely know that that's true?
No.
What is there to be afraid of? You're still sitting in a chair. The flowers are still here. They're not frightened. They didn't move. They understand very well that it's not happening for them.
אבל הפצצה גם יכולה ליפול על המקום שאני נמצאת בה.
Well, how would you know it?
כשאני ארגיש אותה, טרח.
How would you know if the bomb hit? You wouldn't be here to know it.
זה הסיוט. זה הסיוט.
What nightmare.
Because
It's like if you have a dream that says the bomb would hit you, what is there to fear?
שום דבר.
Thank you. Nice to notice. So we fear what is not in the face of reality. So how do you react when you believe the thought, I'm afraid of war? What physically happens?
קיבוץ בבטן, חולשה בגוף, ירידה באנרגיה, קושי להתרכז.
And images happen when you think that's thought. And as you witness those images that are not reality, they're images. They're images. That's all. It's a movie. That's what's meant by you're living in a dream. You see those images immediately, and then you feel those feelings. And those images are so real that you would even believe in a past that does not exist. You are the woman sitting in the chair now. That is what some people refer to as the grace of God. the grace of reality. You experience the chair holding you,
Yes.
and what holds the chair, and what holds that, and a rug in this state of grace. And then a thought comes. I'm afraid of war. And then the images. And then you enter the war zone, and that becomes your world in the face of grace, and that is always present, really. Even physical pain is a projection of mind. And not many believers can overcome such a thing. But I invite you to wait for the real war and live in a state of grace. We don't have to plan it in our heads. It's enough that it could happen later. Who knows? So war is going to happen. Can you absolutely know that that's true?
לא. Even they are writing it again and again in newspaper, אני לא יכול, גם אם זה כתוב בעיתונים, אני לא יכולה לדעת את זה בוודאות.
You are good.
אני רוצה להגיד לך משהו. אני, למשל, אני חושבת על האזעקה.
Do you
You
love
know-
it yet?
לא.
It's the story of what is not happening. Those sirens in your head, those are the reminder of what is not happening. And the state of gratitude that can come with those sirens.
כלומר, עם האזעקות, את אומרת, בזמן האזעקה, אם חס וחלילה תקרה האזעקה, באותו רגע לחשוב על החסד.
Well, whether you think about it or not, it's going on. The sirens happen and you sit here with the flowers. The sirens happen, and like a child, like a little child, you begin to believe things that frighten you. And all that's happening is a siren. What would an intelligent human being do when the sirens went off?
אם היה לי חדר מוגן, הייתי נכנסת לשם. אין חדר מוגן, לא יודעת לאן ללכת. מפחיד.
Get a room. The sirens go off and you say, how kind of them to let me know when to go to my room. But if you're believing your thoughts, you don't have protection when you get to that room, because you will be taking your unquestioned mind with you to that room. As long as you believe your thoughts, there's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide. You get to the room and then you have the thought, they're going to find me.
אני יודעת שאם יהיו פצצות, אנשים יהרגו, אנשים ייפגעו, רכוש ייהרס, לאנשים לא יהיה. זה מראות קשים. זה מראות אמיתיים שקרו כאן בקיץ שעבר.
Yes, and I ask you now, people are going to be hurt. Can you absolutely know that that's true?
לא.
And what happens to you when you think that thought and believe it?
קיבוץ בבטן.
And images?
Yeah, and images.
You see it again. So you live in a world that isn't happening, and you trade grace in the moment for that. Those people that were hurt and died, isn't that enough? You bring it into your life now in this state of grace. Those people were hurt and suffering. Turn it around.
אני עכשיו סובלת.
Yes, you're currently suffering and you're not even hurt. And the bombs are not falling. And that was enough. Can you be happy from here now? Those feelings that you have are the reminder it's time to question what you're believing. Until all of the thoughts you believed you no longer believe. And you come to appreciate what is, to love what is. You know what I love about grace, about reality? All the pain and suffering of the world is in the past. It's over. That is beyond kind. Every human being that has ever suffered in this moment, it's in the past. But who recreates the pain and suffering in the world from this chair, the chair that you sit in? So you are the cause of all the suffering that exists in this world. And this world is the world as you understand it to be. So you're afraid of war? Can you absolutely know that that's true? Good to know, isn't it? Those sirens could go off and you might think, interesting sound. I don't have the room that I thought I'd have. As an intelligent human being, what can I do from right here, right now? And if nothing comes to you to do, you might just ask yourself again, I'm afraid of war, is it true? And notice that you're still intact, the flower is still fine. And if the bomb blows your leg off, you can get very excited. It's like, how do I know I'm not supposed to have that leg anymore? It's gone. And immediately move into why you are better off without it. I know you can do this because your mind is very busy creating what you can't do when the leg's blown off. That is proof of your capacity to understand, to create. You're creating the world in the moment of what you will no longer be able to do. Not very exciting, but it's very exciting to just sit in, my leg is gone, and what could be better than two legs? Obviously, life with one leg. And all of the examples of why your life would be better. So, you're afraid of war? What are you without that thought?
אדם בלי כאב בטן, שמח.
That's my favorite part.
שמחה, כלילה, זורמת.
In reality.
In reality. וזוכרת את נושא החסד.
And what's so beautiful about it, you don't even have to remember it. It's all around you.
להיות עם זה במגע.
Yes. Yeah, because...
And to be, ולהיות בהכרת תודה.
Yes, when those sirens are going off and you're noticing reality, gratitude is the gift.